Hello and welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about some Killing Floor 2 and the new beta that just dropped. If I sound a little bit weird, it's because I've been fighting off a cold, so I'm going to sound a little bit strange. Anyway, let's talk about the beta. We have 2 new weapons in this beta, 1 new map, and a couple of changes overall to the classes. So our new map is called Subduction. This one, you are in a giant sub. This is a community-made map. It is very well made. I haven't ran into any real issues with it, like falling through the map or getting caught on anything that looks kind of weird, like it having fat hitboxes. For the most part, the map actually functions fairly well. It is a really big map, and it's a very large indoor map, so it's very claustrophobic. It isn't going to be one of the easiest maps to beat on Hell on Earth. There isn't a whole lot of great setup places for a team. It's much better for classes that like to fight at very close range, so Berserker, Firebug, Medic, those classes will still do perfectly fine on this map, but everybody else might struggle, especially somebody like Sharpshooter. There's not a whole lot of range in this one. As a lot of people pointed out, it kind of sucks that we're just getting another community-made map, but on the other hand, the community-made maps are generally the better maps. We have one new weekly. This is Contamination Zone. In Contamination Zone, you have to get to a marked area and hold the area. That's about it. If you leave the marked area, then you start taking damage. You take 5 damage every time it ticks. It does tick a little bit slow. You can almost out-heal this. At least I was basically able to keep up with the healing on Survivalist. You can probably out-heal it with Medic. And everybody else, you're going to be taking damage, so you do want to get to those contamination zones quickly. And you get 2 unique skins from this, a unique welder and a unique syringe. Both those are pretty cool. Next up are our 2 weapons. We have 1 HRG weapon and 1 DLC weapon. The HRG weapon is another drone for demo, which is odd. This goes into your inventory slot, similar to where your welder does, and similar to the syringe and C4, as well as the regular drone. This one shoots out little grenades that hit enemies, deals okay damage. It's honestly not that high. And then once it blows up, it actually blows up into multiple little grenades, which is kind of nice. I don't really know who's going to be taking this, though, because on demo, it's just kind of okay. It seemed like what most people were trying to do with this was combine this and the Tommy Boom for just a big AoE nuke fest, which kind of works. The way that the Tommy Boom kind of works in this way. It's not really the best setup for demo, but it seemed to be just fine, especially for crowd control. Aside from that, I did try taking it on some of the other classes. I took it on Medic and I took it on Survivalist. It felt okay, but honestly, I think the regular drone is better for that, just because it tends to kill small things a little bit quicker, and that's usually what I want the drone for. For a DLC weapon, we have the S12 shotgun. This is a shotgun for support, and with its regular fire, it fires like a semi-auto shotgun, seems to do decent damage. Its sights are really weird because they're so far forward on the gun, and it makes it so once you're firing this, it actually jumps up quite a ways. You can't really see where you're aiming. So most of the time I just hip-fired this. Its secondary fire puts out an electric pulse that hits everything around you. Big AoE electric shock that seems to do really high damage. Reload is fine. You can go with either fast reloads or you can go with a larger magazine for this. I think I tried both and both felt perfectly fine for me. You can also take this on somebody like Survivalist. It works really well on them too. This is a tier 4 weapon, so you can only upgrade it once. Its upgrade felt fine. I'm not sure the exact stats on these, but overall, it's a shotgun. Shotguns tend to be really good in this game. Alright, then we move on to the balance changes. First up is the minigun getting buffed. I honestly haven't tried the minigun yet. It got a slight buff in magazine size, going from 90 to 120. It got more spare ammo, and it also got a better price to ammo ratio. I still don't know if the minigun's going to be picked all that much. I don't know of a lot of commandos that actually pick the minigun. Usually I would just take it on like Survivalist if I want to have fun. It is a very fun weapon, but it's just not a weight efficient weapon for commando, so I don't know how well this is going to do. Let's see, the Spitfire, Winter Bite, and the Rhino also apparently got a faster bash animation. I haven't tried any of those, but that is kind of nice. They do kind of bash in a weird way rather than some of the other pistols. Maybe that will help them out a little bit. The HRG Locust got nerfed pretty badly. Its damage got nerfed, its bleed power got nerfed, poison got nerfed. Upgrades are worse because now it's no longer a tier 3, it's a tier 4, and that means its price went up from 900 to 1400. It's still a really good weapon though. I did try this one out. It still clears up crowds really well. It doesn't do so well against big things, so you can't just fire a bunch of these into everything and just wait for the bugs to eat them. The Reducto Ray also got switched in money, so it's no longer a tier 3, it's a tier 2. Oh wait, no, it was a tier 4, now it's a tier 3. Reducto Ray feels fine. It's kind of a weird weapon. I don't really use it all that much, although I have been told if you take this plus the Headhunter, it can be a funny combination, which I believe that is probably a pretty funny combination. Maybe, well, definitely not a strong combination, but a funny one. The Heal Thrower also got nerfed. It actually got nerfed quite a bit. Its damage got cut by more than half. Its damage intervals also got slowed down, so it doesn't take damage as often, and the poison power also got nerfed on it. This is kind of a weird one in the way that they nerfed the Heal Thrower, because the Heal Thrower is still going to be overpowered, but it's not because of the damage that it did. I don't think most people cared about the damage unless you were running Poison Medic, but the main thing that made the Heal Thrower so strong is that it's 2 healing weapons in one and can stack buffs super fast with a Medic. So you can still do that, and you can still kill all the small things with it, no problem. Big things you're not going to be killing as quick, but you probably weren't killing them very quick just with the Heal Thrower anyway. Mind Reconstructor got buffed for some odd reason. I don't know why. It's still going to be an awkward and weird weapon that's very map dependent. Road Redeemer also got buffed, so it's not the same exact stats as the Katana. I guess that's kind of nice. It's still probably not going to be a great weapon to use, though, simply because the Medic Bat exists, and the Croval is still fairly comparable to it in terms of damage. You also just start out with the Croval. The HRG Crossboom got buffed to where it has a bigger damage radius. I actually liked. I tried it out, and it's pretty cool. It clears up smaller things easier than it did before. Crossboom still probably won't be a go-to for me for demo. Demo has a lot of very fun weapons, and my go-to combo is still probably going to be the Kaboom Stick and the Seal Squeal. That's been my favorite combo since the Kaboom Stick and Seal Squeal came out, and it hasn't really changed. The HRG Headhunter also got buffed to where its ammo no longer costs a lot for its alt fire. Okay, the Headhunter was never a weapon that I was really taking anyway, unless I wanted to take it on Medic or Survivalist. I never took it on Sharpshooter. Maybe that will help out a little bit if I want to mess around and meme around with it, but it's still probably not going to be a weapon that I use all that often. And then there was one really big nerf for Medic. Medic got nerfed pretty bad. Medic now no longer has as much move speed as they used to, where they used to have 0.4% per level. Now they have 0.2%, so that got cut in half. And both their level 5s got nerfed. So Resilience no longer has up to 60% damage resist, it has 30%. And Symbiotic Healing is no longer 8%, it's now 3% for the healing that you get back after you heal a teammate. Both of those do hurt Medic quite a bit, because Medic arguably had the best 2 level 5 perks in the game, and they're still pretty good. I still used both of them. Resilience isn't nearly as strong as it used to be. You can't just tank through everything as much as you could before. You can still tank through a lot of punishment as Medic, but not quite as much as you could. And Symbiotic Healing, the healing does feel pretty low, so you're, again, not as tanky there. You still will get the extra health overall, though, so is this going to make Medic not necessarily overpowered like it was before? I kind of doubt it. I think Medic is still going to be a really strong class, at least in a team setting. And solo, you're also probably going to be pretty strong because you already were. It's really hard to kill the Medic. So with this, you might actually see some of the other classes be the last one standing rather than Medic every game. Maybe you'll see Survivalist or Berserker show up a bit more often, or Gunslinger, assuming you can just outrun everything. Weirdly enough, Gunslinger didn't get nerfed in this one, though, too, because the Gunslinger hasn't been touched in forever. Aside from that, in the patch notes, all we got was a bunch of bug fixes. Overall, I think this chapter is fine. I would have liked to see either more weapons or more maps or more stuff in the game, but I don't think that's going to happen at any point. And we're just going to have to wait until, like, the Halloween update to get the next big thing, which hopefully we get something good there. Hopefully we get another well-made map, maybe some more cool weapons. And then we're going to get the Christmas update later this year. I'm hoping that it's good, but I'm not entirely convinced. And I really hope that this is the last year of, like, Killing Floor 2, of them just trying to keep the game alive. And they just announced Killing Floor 3. Because for the longest time now, at least the last 2 years, we haven't really gotten much in Killing Floor. Maybe it's been the last 3 years. I honestly don't remember. We are really starved for just any sort of content at all that the game wants to give us, unless we're looking in the modded community, which that's probably the main reason why this game has still a decent amount of players playing it, is because of all the mods and all the things that you can do, and those are really cool. But I would like to see some sort of announcement for Killing Floor 3. I think that's all my thoughts on the matter. Tell me what your guys' thoughts are on this new update for Killing Floor 2. Thank you guys so very much for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye!